Hello, my name is Travis Todd with SaaSync, and today I'm going to walk you through how to hook up either QuickBooks Online or Xero to ChartMogul via SaaSync. So here I am logged into my ChartMogul account, looking at the dashboard. If I'm an admin, I can go to Data Platform and add a new data source. At this point, I can either pick QuickBooks or Xero. For this demonstration, I'm just going to pick QuickBooks and give it a name. Upon creating that data source, if you go back to the data source and select the gear icon, a modal will pop up. You can learn a little bit more information about the integration. Go to our website and learn about it, or see help documentation. In this case, I'm just going to select this button to connect the data source to SaaSync. So at this point, you can sign up for a free SaaSync account. Because I already have one, I'm going to log in. And now it'll walk you through a just quick wizard to hook up your data source to ChartMogul. So the input is QuickBooks Online. I have a few options. If I want to import all records, I can just leave this blank. If for some reason I only wanted to import records beginning on a certain date, I can add that. If I want to include sales receipts, I can select that. I'll just leave that blank for now. And at this point, you'll just connect to QuickBooks, but because I'm using a sandbox account for this demonstration, I'm going to select that. At this point, you just use the OAuth to QuickBooks to connect your account. Now that QuickBooks is connected, now I need to select the destination of the data, which is ChartMogul. In most cases, if you've never, if you're brand new to SaaSync, you're going to connect a new ChartMogul instance, and you will enter a name, the account code, token, and secret key. And if you click this link right here, it'll take you to the right spot in ChartMogul to get that information that you can copy and paste in. Again, you have to be an admin to complete this step. Because I already have one and I called it developers, I'm just going to select that. And what it is now going to do is go look for new data sources that I've created for QuickBooks. And so you see the one I just created called QBO Demo. And so I'm going to just leave that selected and select Finish. And what you'll see is it's added this new data source and it has connected it, and now it has started syncing to ChartMogul. So that's the process of connecting either QuickBooks or Xero. They're both basically identical. Now, just to quickly show you kind of how the application works, I'm going to jump over to QuickBooks real quickly and show you a couple examples. So I've got two customers I've created, or two invoices, 1048 and 1047. The 1048 is for QBO customer 2. And if we come in and look at this invoice, it was a manual invoice that I created on the gold plan. It's a weekly subscription, and I manually entered the service periods on the invoice line item. If I look at invoice 1047, it's identical except for that no service period was added. So we'll see how that impacts the way that SaaSync works. Also, just real quickly, want to touch on reoccurring transactions. So if you create invoices or sales receipts through reoccurring transactions, or repeating invoices as they're called in Xero, all of this data as these invoices are created will be automatically synced straight through to ChartMogul, and you will not have to touch them. So we highly recommend using reoccurring transactions when possible. Okay, so SaaSync is synced, so I'm going to now jump over to ChartMogul and log in. If we come back and look at our data source that we created, you'll see that the data has synced across. If I first select QBO customer 2, and we come down and look at it, we see that the data has synced. It's got an MRR of $108, and you can see the plan that they're on and the transaction that came across. And so this was 100% automatic because it was a manual invoice that had the service period included on the line item description. So now we'll look at QB customer 1. So I got to go come back to this data source and look at QB customer 1. And what we'll see is that nothing has synced across yet. And this is because the service period wasn't on the line item. So I'm going to come back to SaaSync and come in and look at pending items. And here we see this very first item is QB customer 1, invoice 1047, and it's looking for a little bit more information. And so I'm going to give it a subscription and a start period. We'll just use today's date, and an end period. It's a 1-week subscription, so we'll just give it a week. And that's all I need to do. This invoice isn't prorated. If it were a prorated invoice, I'd select that, but it's not. So I'm just going to select Save. And now if I go back to ChartMogul and reload the page, we'll see that the MRR now shows up along with the transactions. So that is how to sync your data from either QuickBooks or Xero over to ChartMogul using SaaSync. If you have any questions or need help, don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@saassync.com.